right, so we're going to get into today's topic, which is Saturn and Pisces stationing direct. And we'll go into everything, the meaning of it all. But like yesterday, I want to know what was the first thing that came in your mind when you see this forward movement after the liminal state. First off, do you know what liminal state is?
Like a transition or threshold or something?
Yeah, it's like the
Mhm.
in-betweens. That's the best way I could put it. Like when you're in an in-between stage.
Okay, so it's like moving into the next phase of things. Um,
Yes, but you're not there yet. You're just in that like there was an ending or a chapter that was closed. You
oh, the
know
period in
that next.
between it.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, do you feel anything around that? Do you sense that in your life? Does that come up, anything come up for you?
I do. I mean, I feel like that was even yesterday, right? Like when we mentioned like the week energy just kind of felt very weird and but things kind of got a little bit better, but it's like the beginning of my day was just kind of like and I was just kind of like high strung, a little stress, and then all of it just gone, just
Mm,
yeah,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, even with you guys even saying that, like what as we were on the call yesterday, and
Mhm.
how you were feeling that, and then during the call, like it kind of diminished, and that was actually a good representation of the like Gemini moon, like feeling those heightened feelings, right? And then expressing it or just talking, and learning and all that, and kind of it like you're kind of like getting it out in a sense, the relief.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Or kind of just understanding more of like why, processing your emotions or what you're going through. So anyways. All right. Well, we'll learn more. So let's dive into
Hmm.
it. Let's dive into it. Okay. Oh, I'm doing this on my okay, let's see. Okay, so understanding Saturn in astrology. So in astrology, Saturn represents structure, discipline, boundaries, and maturity. It is like I call it, a lot of astrologers call it like daddy energy. I don't like to define, I don't like that it like let's call it masculine, okay? I
Okay.
don't like
Yeah.
to like put labels on it gender wise, but it is more of that like the masculine energy and more of like what you would think of like I guess a dad, but that could be any gender, right? The astrological meanings also that it can come up with is lessons, long-term growth, soul contracts, and it's also very much teaching us to be responsible, to be more committed, and to be aligned. Okay, so how does Saturn show up in our real life? Now, Saturn delays. So sometimes it comes through with delays that protect you. It slows things down to redirect you in ways that strengthen you, to place boundaries in onto things that support you. And it's kind of like gives you like reality checks that guide your like which you're moving into. So think of Saturn as preparation, not punishment, although it usually feels like punishment because it once again delays things, it slows things down, it like blocks, but it's like molding us because kind of even what we were talking about yesterday when Faith was saying that she is happy that she is slow to make decisions because
Mhm.
if she would have made it quick, it would have really like she could have regretted it. And that is like Saturnian, which actually she had, yeah, that makes sense for her, but in her like astrological energy, but yeah, that's Saturn. Or it can bring life situations up that kind of slows down your progress and it's like annoying, but then afterwards you're like, oh, okay, I understand that. So that's kind of a little bit of how what we've been kind of navigating through this year of that slowing down or blocks or having to have more boundaries, but it life situations like force us to um, put place those boundaries or to go in a different direction or to give us like reality checks. So, um, All right, so Saturn stationing direct means, and by the way, I don't think I maybe explained this a little bit in the previous slide, but so
Hmm.
Saturn was retrograde, and when anything is in retrograde, like we hear Mercury and all that stuff like that, it's that means it. Just imagine it's putting a pause. Say if we were driving, like I'm pretty sure I gave you this analogy. Imagine someone driving forward, and that is direct. That's forward movement.
Hmm.
But when it's retrograding, it's literally like someone pausing and then backing up. So then you're
Okay.
backing up and you're kind of like reflecting, or you're going back into time, and like certain themes that you've learned in the past comes up again. Like yeah, just imagine like kind of forward going backward in your life, and like seeing all these things, and certain things come up for you to reflect, to slow, so that's where it feels like things are, you're moving backwards, you're not even progressing because you're having to like reflect.
Hmm.
So anyway, so now that it's direct, that is now back, is like, okay, although it progressed backwards, now finally the car stopped, and now that's like direct, and now it's like, all right, we've done that, we've went back, you've learned the lessons, you've did that, so now let's start moving forward again. So that's where the forward motion returns, clarity comes after confusion, timelines begin moving again, a new chapter activates, integration turns into action, and you're ready to take aligned steps. Okay.
Hmm.
So now we're going to understand Pisces energy because Saturn is in Pisces. So Pisces represents our intuition, it represents surrender, healing, spiritual connection. The astrological meaning is usually Pisces is tied to the subconscious, intuition, dreams. The energy aligned to it is compassion, empathy, emotional depth. So that is what the Pisces energy is trying to teach us to lean more into. Pisces energy sometimes can dissolve boundaries, which is actually opposite from the Saturn energy, but we'll talk about that. Pisces energy is connected to faith, higher guidance, divine timing, and is usually connected to the mystical and like the unseen. It's usually things that we can feel, but we can't like see it. And how it shows up in our life is feeling things before they happen. Deep sensitivity to energy, emotions, people. So we're really feeling it, very, very heightened sensitivity. We think of like have you heard of the highly sensitive or HIP or H, is it what? The highly sensitive person?
No, I've never heard that before.
Yeah, so it's a thing. But it's just when you're super sensitive to people's energies. So a lot of us have been feeling that way now, which is probably why a lot of people retreat at this
Hmm.
point, or have been retreating or in isolation, because you just there's a heightened sense of like sensitivity to like the environment or people around you. So you're just very protective of that. But also the other things that come up is needing solitude. So yeah, like I was saying, rest, spiritual space. So like being in that isolation or hermit mode, letting go, releasing, surrendering control. It could also blur timelines or have feel like like the direction that you're in is unclear before you have the clarity.
Hmm.
It can cause like emotional waves, or an intuitive revelations, and the desire for meaning, connection, or spiritual grounding on a deeper sense. So far, do you have any questions?
No, it just feels like what I've been going through. But
Okay,
I
good.
feel like you've been going through some symptoms for me, like, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, like the doctor, like this is what you,
Yeah.
you're like, check, yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
trust me, yeah. So good, 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 good. I love to hear that. Okay. So the Pisces energy teaches us to trust the flow of life, to
Mhm.
let intuition lead, to heal through compassion, to surrender old versions of ourselves, to listen to your spirit before making moves.